Satan and the Fallen in Islam. Welcome back to Satanic 666, where we go into the profound and complex figures of evil across the world's major religions. In today's episode, we explore the intriguing roles and interpretations of Satan in Islam. Get ready to expand your understanding of these spiritual adversaries and deepen your appreciation for the diverse ways in which different cultures and religions interpret the very essence of challenge and opposition in the human experience. In Islamic tradition, Iblis was originally a devout servant of God, created from smokeless fire, unlike angels who are made of light. His downfall began when he refused God's command to bow to Adam, the first human, citing his own creation from fire as superior to Adam's creation from clay. This act of pride and disobedience led to his fall from grace and his new role as Shaytan, the whisperer of evil thoughts and temptations. This story is detailed in several passages of the Quran, such as in Surah Al-Kahf, 1850, which states, "And mention, when we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam, and they prostrated, except for Iblis. He was of the Jinn and departed from the command of his Lord." This pivotal moment marks the transformation of Iblis into Shaytan, emphasizing the themes of obedience and humility. Unlike the Christian Satan, who often appears as a ruler of hell, Shaytan in Islam does not possess a physical domain but is said to roam the earth, whispering into the hearts of humans, urging them to commit sins. This is reflected in Surah An-Nas 114-46, where God advises seeking refuge from the evil of the whisperer, Shaytan, who withdraws after his whisper, who whispers in the breasts of mankind, from among the jinn and mankind. Shaytan's role is fundamentally to test the faith of humans by presenting them with moral dilemmas and temptations. His existence provides the context for free will in Islamic theology, where humans must choose between following divine guidance or succumbing to evil inclinations. The presence of Shaytan and his role as a tempter plays into the complex Islamic concepts of free will and qadar, divine predestination. Muslims believe that while Shaytan tempts, humans have the free agency to resist these temptations and make morally correct decisions, supported by their faith and adherence to Islamic principles. In Islam, the concept of worshipping Satan, or Satanism, is entirely antithetical to the teachings and core beliefs of the religion. Islamic doctrine is strictly monotheistic, centering on the worship of Allah alone, and it categorically rejects the worship of any other beings, including Satan. The act of worshipping Satan or engaging in practices that glorify Satan would be considered a grave sin and a direct violation of Islamic faith. In Islam, any form of Satan worship or engaging in rituals that honor or invoke Satan is strictly forbidden, haram. Such practices are considered forms of shirk, associating partners with Allah, which is the gravest sin in Islam. The notion of submitting to Satan directly contradicts the fundamental Islamic principle of Tawhid, the oneness of Allah, which is the cornerstone of the Muslim faith. Engaging in practices associated with Satan worship not only contravenes Islamic law but also jeopardizes one's faith and afterlife. It is seen as turning away from the guidance of Allah and embracing corruption and falsehood. Education about the deceitful nature of Satan is emphasized in Islamic teachings to fortify believers against his temptations and to encourage them to seek refuge in Allah from Satan's whispers. In Islam, Jinn are supernatural beings created by Allah from smokeless fire, as mentioned in the Quran. They are part of the unseen world and have free will, similar to humans, which allows them to choose between good and evil. This segment explores the Islamic understanding of jinn and evil spirits, as well as the practices associated with Islamic exorcism, known as ruqyah. The Quran explicitly states that jinn are made from smokeless, scorching fire. In Surah Al-Dajjal, 1527, Allah declares, "And the jinn, we created aforetime from the smokeless flame of fire." This distinguishes them from angels, who are made of light, and humans, made from clay. Jinn, like humans, are subject to divine judgment based on their deeds. They can be righteous or sinful, and their interactions with humans can be benevolent or malevolent. Surah Al-Jinn, 72-11, notes that some jinn are righteous while others are less so. leading to a diversity of actions and moral choices. Evil jinn, often referred to as Shaytan, demons, attempt to mislead humans. They can whisper to individuals, stoking fears, doubts, and temptations. This capability is discussed in Surah Nas 114-46, where Allah advises seeking refuge from the evil whispers of the sneaking whisperer. Ruqya is a Quranic practice for spiritual healing and protection from jinn, magic, and evil eye. It involves reciting specific Quranic verses and supplications. The Prophet Muhammad himself practiced Ruqya and encouraged it as a means of healing, as narrated in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. Commonly recited verses during Ruqya include Ayat al-Kursi, Surah al-Baqarah 2-255, for protection, Surah al-Falaq and Surah an-Nas for warding off evil. The Prophet Muhammad often recited these in personal prayers and for others who suffered from disturbances caused by jinn. Actions and sayings of the Prophet Muhammad provide guidance on dealing with supernatural disturbances. For example, he advised using incantations from the Quran, supplications, and invoking Allah's name for protection against evil forces. Water from the Zamzam well or olive oil may be used during the Ruqya process. These elements, combined with Quranic recitation, are believed to enhance spiritual healing and protection. It's crucial that Ruqya remains within the Islamic doctrinal framework. This means avoiding any forms of shirk, associating partners with Allah, such as calling upon other deities or spirits for help. A strong faith in Allah and patience are emphasized as vital for the healing process. Believers are encouraged to maintain regular prayers, Quranic recitation, and adherence to Islamic principles to guard against spiritual harm. Islamic teachings on the last days are rich with detailed stories involving pivotal figures such as Al-Dajjal, the Islamic Antichrist, the Mahdi, the Guided One, and the return of Isa, Jesus. These figures play crucial roles in the unfolding of end-time events, each embodying significant aspects of Islamic theology and morality. Al-Dajjal is an Arabic term meaning the liar or the deceiver. In Islamic tradition, he is depicted as the ultimate false messiah who will appear before the Day of Judgment. His purpose is to mislead humanity, testing the faith of believers by claiming divine powers and attempting to divert them from the path of true Islam. According to various hadiths, Al-Dajjal will be one-eyed, with his right eye described as being impaired or blind, and his left eye like a protruding grape. Sahih Muslim contains numerous references to Al-Dajjal, including warnings about his trials and the fitna, tribulation, he brings. For example, in Sahih Muslim Book 41, Hadith 7007, the Prophet warns that there has never been a fitna since the creation of Adam greater than that of Dajjal. Al-Dajjal will claim divine attributes, asserting himself as a creator and sustainer, performing feats that mimic miracles, such as causing rain to fall and crops to grow rapidly. However, his primary weapon is deception, using his powers to coerce and confuse the masses. It is prophesied that he will travel the world, spreading his mischief and misguidance, except for Mecca and Medina, which he will be unable to enter as angels will guard the cities. The Prophet Muhammad provided many details about Al-Dajjal's emergence and the challenges he would pose. Muslims are advised to seek protection against Al-Dajjal by memorizing the first and last 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf, chapter 18 of the Quran, which emphasize trials of faith and God's protective guidance. His downfall will occur at the hands of Isa, Jesus, who will descend from heaven and defeat Al-Dajjal, reaffirming the truth of Islamic teachings and restoring peace and justice to the world. The Mahdi, which means rightly guided or Redeemer in Arabic, is prophesied to emerge before the last days to lead the Muslims to victory over the forces of evil, epitomized by Al-Dajjal. His appearance will coincide with a time of widespread injustice and chaos in the world. The Mahdi will emerge to fill the earth with justice and peace after it has been filled with oppression and tyranny. He will unite the Muslim Ummah community, leading them in a series of victories against their oppressors and establishing a global community based on true Islamic principles. His awaited arrival inspires Muslims to maintain their faith and work towards justice and righteousness in their own lives, reflecting the principles he will epitomize. His emergence will signify a unifying moment for the Islamic world, emphasizing the importance of community and leadership in overcoming trials and tribulations. He will lead a righteous army to victory in several major battles, the most significant being against Al-Dajjal's forces. His leadership will not only be marked by military successes but also by a significant spiritual and moral revival within the Muslim community. Upon his return, Jesus will pray behind the Mahdi and then take over the leadership to continue the fight against injustice. Thank you for joining us today on Satanic 666 as we navigated the complex and intriguing portrayal of Satan in Islam, exploring figures such as Iblis and Shaytan and their roles within Islamic teachings. We hope this episode has deepened your understanding of how Islam addresses the challenges posed by these malevolent beings and the profound lessons these teachings hold for both individuals and communities. The narratives of Iblis's fall and the ongoing battle against his deceptions enrich our broader exploration of spiritual and moral dilemmas across different cultures and faiths. If this exploration has sparked your interest or provided new insights, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to Satanic 666. Your engagement helps us bring these deep dives into the mystical and spiritual realms to a wider audience, encouraging a greater appreciation for the diverse ways humanity understands the cosmic battle between good and evil. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below, whether reflections on today's topic or suggestions for future explorations. What other aspects of religious beliefs would you like us to explore? Your feedback is invaluable as we continue our quest to uncover the hidden depths of spiritual traditions. Until next time, keep your minds sharp and your spirits resilient. Continue to explore, question, and challenge the unknown with us here on Satanic 666. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more episodes where we confront the shadows and illuminate the mysteries of the spiritual world. See you in the next episode.